to the next episode of Bolt Action Tactica. In this episode we're going to look at mortar teams. Now there are light, medium and heavy mortars. However, for this we're just going to concentrate on the medium mortar team. The same rules apply to lesser or greater extent with the other types, but we'll concentrate on the medium mortar team on this. So let's first start off with the stats. So you can have them at 35 points for inexperience, 50 points for regular. They're a 3-man team and the weapon is medium mortar. The options are you may add an extra spotter for a further 10 points, and the special rules are it's a team weapon, it's fixed and it uses indirect fire. Okay, so let's have a look at the individual special rules. First up, we'll have a look at the team weapon special rule. More commonly known as teams. You can find the teams rule on page 73 of the main rulebook. Basically what it means is it's a team of men, minimum of 2, sometimes 3 or 4, which are used to carry the equipment and the etc. for the weapon. A support team weapon, and what that means is as long as there's at least 2 men, there's no penalty to firing. The crew are totally engrossed in loading, carrying ammunition etc. for that weapon, so they don't have any other weapons. Their weapon for the duration of the game is the mortar, so they can't fire a rifle, pistols, anything else, just the mortar. Now, one drawback with the team weapon is if the model carrying or firing the support weapon is killed, then the entire team is removed from the game. So next up, we'll have a look at the fixed special rule. So what the fixed rule means is that when the weapon is deployed on the table, it can shoot directly ahead and 45 degrees either way from directly ahead. So from the weapon, it's got a 90-degree arc at the front. Use a fire order to shoot at anything on that. What an advance order does with the team weapon is it means they can turn on the spot. So they can rotate left or right, again to line up to fire. However, when doing so, it gives them a -1 penalty to shoot. So if your mortar team set up and you want to shoot at a target and it's outside your front arc, you have to turn your mortar team on the spot, and then you're at a -1 to hit. Now, if it's the first shot and you're rolling 6s anyway, it means you only need 6 and a 6. If you want to move, then you have to use a run order. And if you use a run order, obviously you can't fire the weapon. So that's how movement works. And with the fixed rule, you can use a run order to move them. So obviously if they move, they can't shoot. Your advanced order lets them rotate on the spot, firing with a -1 penalty to hit. And a fire order lets them fire normally, but it has to be within the front arc, which, as I said, it's 45 degrees either way from directly in front. The last special rule is indirect fire. Now, what this means is that you can fire over your own men in front of you, and you can fire over terrain. As long as you can see your target, then you can lob a shell at them. Now, if you take a spotter, it enables you to put your mortar team behind the building and they can shoot at whatever target your spotter can see. Okay guys, so I've talked about the costs and the special rules of the mortar. Now let's talk about a couple of tactics you can use on the battlefield. You may have not used these techniques before. If you're new, you probably haven't, so they might be of use to you. The first one is fire suppression. What I mean by fire suppression is you look at your enemy army and you look at what they have that are teams, what they have that have got the fixed rule. Say they've got a mortar team or artillery. These are units that can either fire, or if they move, they can't fire. So this is where the fire suppression works. What you do is you fire your mortar. First time it's a 6. Because it's artillery or a mortar, if you're lucky you'll get a 6 and you hit them. If not, next time you fire it'll be a 5, and the following turn it'll be a 4. And next turn you need a 3. The player has the option then. He either takes the risk of being hit next turn, or he moves, and if he moves he can't fire. So what you're doing is you're suppressing his fire by forcing him to move. If you manage to get a hit, the chances are you'll completely smash whatever it is anyway. Mortar's really good, especially because once you've hit them, any subsequent shots, if they don't move and you haven't moved, are hitting on 2s. The next one I like to call a double tap. Now what this is if your opponent hasn't got any fixed units, or he's threatening you with infantry units, then the double tap is a good way of increasing your chance of hitting them. Now most infantry are going to move, so if you choose an infantry squad to shoot at, then you'll hit on a 6, they'll move, hitting on a 6 again. So how the double tap works is, what you do is you keep your mortar till one of the last things to fire, and then the target that you want to hit, you let them activate first. So once they've got their order dice on them, they're not going to be able to move. You then activate your mortar, shoot at them, roll your dice. If you get a 6, great. If don't, then you're stuck. But you've got them, you know, next time you're going to shoot at them, you're going to hit them on a 5. What happens is you wait till a turn. Next turn comes out, your first order dice you get your mortar to fire at that target again. You're going to be hitting them on a 5. It's not brilliant, but it's better than trying to hit infantry on 6s. The same tactic can also be used against fixed units. Say first round you fire, you roll a 6. Don't bother. The next turn you wait for their fixed unit to fire. You then fire at them again. You're hitting them on a 5. And then the next turn, as soon as you get your first order dice, hit them again. You're hitting them on a 4. It's a way of increasing your odds of hitting. Okay guys, so that's it for mortars. Hope you found some of these tips useful. Thanks, and look out for the next episode. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see and you want to see more, then please hit the subscribe button. If you want to be really good and you want to support the channel, then please click on the link and support me through Patreon. Thanks again, see you all next week.